What's going on, guys? It's Uche and Joku, Sneaker Principal, and I am back in the studio. My my podcast setup. I don't even know what to call this, but I'm indoors. The last couple of videos I've been in the car, I've been outside, and I'm really loving recording outside. It's something that I didn't quite take advantage of in the past. There have been some, but not taking full advantage of what you can really do with video. But here I am. So real quick, I want to share something with you. Earlier today, I was in the car. I recorded a video, and my audio went out. So unfortunately, the beautiful content that I recorded, I can't use. Because halfway through it just goes to complete silence. My lips are moving, but you can't hear me. So what I want to do right now is this: try to do a redo of that video. In that video, I was talking to you about the highlight of my day. For those of you who are educators or maybe even more so administrators, you might understand why this excites me. If you don't, I don't know, you should try it. Maybe this thing might excite you too if you tried it. So I actually mapped out the whole entire school year from September 7th till June 26th, I believe. First day to last day of school. I created on my smart board, a huge calendar that just kind of scrolled up from the first day of school to the last day of school, weeks Monday through Sunday, with everything in there from, again, first day of school, parent-teacher conferences, family night, report cards, progress report dates, when they're due from teachers, when they're going out to families, spring break, midwinter recess, winter recess, the holidays, state exam days, the windows for testing, regents, but then things like prom, graduation, of course tentative, because I haven't had a chance to sit down with my other colleagues that I share a building with to talk about when I can use the auditorium for graduation. And for prom, we haven't reached out to the vendor yet. It's still summertime. But mapping out everything so you get to see everything. It is so powerful. Fam, if you listen to me right now and you haven't mapped out the whole entire day, you're messing up. Because what happens is this. Often we get into like planning out the beginning of school. And from there, we kind of start to figure things out month to month, week to week, sometimes day to day. And this job is, let me take that back. I said the J word. This work, not job, this work. Because if you're doing this better be your life's work. This better be something that's likened to that. Because if it's just a job, then you go to the monotony of what you do every day. If this is your work, you're paying attention to the details because your name is linked to this work. So the work that we do requires special attention, thinking outside the box, ensuring that everything that happens is intentional. So so now that I've mapped out the whole entire school year, I can look at and say to myself, every month we keep track of attendance. Which are the months where attendance might be an issue because we have a long stretch of weeks where it's just purely instruction. And yes, it has to be instruction. At my school, from day one, we jump into instruction. But however, there are things we put in there that we can use as the basis of incentives to ensure kids are in school, kids are engaged. And yes, incentives. Like for example, this year we're gonna have a back to school dance. We're going to do a dance in the cafeteria, and we're going to get a DJ, we're going to play some music, we're going to have some snacks, and it's going to be like a mixer. Kids are going to dance and have fun, get to know their teachers, get to know each other. Why not? We're going to have a field day where we're going to engage in, activities that are social emotionally based, and also creating a space for teachers and for students to get to know each other and reestablish their relationships after the summer. Especially for our sixth graders coming in, they might not know anyone. This gives them a chance to use play as the foundation of getting to know your new community. This is something, it just keeps on going. Every week there's something. I know September is the lousiest month for us for attendance. Every year that tends to be the lowest attendance month because parents take their kids out of town or out of the country, or they just assume it's the first week of school, so there's not going to be a lot. I'm sorry, the first month of school, so it's not going to be a lot of instruction. There are schools out there who secretly don't start really teaching till October. Never understood that. Why would you give up a whole entire month? I mean, at minimum, work on foundational skills and get your assessments done in September. Don't sit around just saying, listen, we're just going to get to know each other for a whole entire month. What job do you have that you go to where once you've been hired, you spend the first month just getting to know people? No, you start working on your job, you go through your training, you get to know people as you proceed, and you go through the motions of learning the job. It should be the same thing in the classroom. So this is something that literally it goes all throughout the year, and I can see, okay, September, I've been very intentional putting activities in there that I can incentivize kids to be in school. Then I can look at what's happening for October. I know that by the time we get to March and April, before spring break tends to be long and drawn out. What can we do in those spaces to make sure that we're balancing the teaching and learning in the classroom and the community engagement as well? And what I mean by community engagement is also engaging our students and our parents and our teachers so that there's a certain level of excitement throughout the whole entire year. These are things that we should be doing. But however, it doesn't happen if you don't plan it out. So that's why I created a school map. This is just like, if you're a teacher or you're an administrator, you ask your teachers to create curriculum maps, curriculum calendars, so you can see unit to unit to unit from the first day of school to the end of the school year, as well as within the unit lesson plan, so you know what's happening next and there's no surprises. Because hopefully in your school, you don't have people teaching, and figuring things out day by day. There should be a roadmap. There should be an extreme roadmap for what's happening in your classrooms, what's happening within your departments, and why shouldn't there be a roadmap for the whole entire school year about what's happening with the school as a whole? So I was excited. I got that done, and I just want to create this video to remind my fellow school leaders: plan out the year, map it out. Listen, it took me a whole day and a half of those boxes. Literally day by day. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I'm able to, I might be able to share it on my screen here. Maybe I am. Let me see. Here we go. So I did it in a Google Doc. I'm probably not going to be able to see it. Yep, see? From September all the way. It's too bright in here. Whatever. From September all the way through June, every day there's a map. And now I'm going to ask my teachers to look at that calendar as they're planning field trips and events and things like that. And how do we keep our kids engaged within our content areas, within our grade teams as well. So, okay, it's getting hot in here. That's why I like doing these videos outside. It's hot. I can turn the fan on, but then you won't be able to hear me. But nonetheless, I'm going to go. Have a good evening. And I hope you have a good evening too. Uche and Joe, who's your principal. Till next time.